Thanks for inviting us in. We want to begin tonight at 11 with new developments from Richmond. Tonight we're getting our first look at the progress firefighters are making as they try to put out this huge blaze that has now been burning for 32 hours. Now look at this. You can see the smoke show up on a satellite photo. This photo is 22,000 miles above the earth. That smoke in Richmond is toxic. Right now, thousands of people within a half mile of the blaze have been evacuated. Others right now are sheltering in place. Schools in Richmond will be closed again tomorrow. Rachel Kraus is spending a second night in Richmond. So Rachel, how does tonight compare to last night?
Well, Scott, the view from this exact spot looks totally different from just 24 hours ago. Whereas last night we were seeing those billowing plumes of dark black smoke. Tonight, that smoke is much lighter in color and a lot thinner in the air. Firefighters are able to get in a lot closer, still spraying water down on those lingering flames and now knocking down buildings as they put out the blaze. But they're not done yet.
It'll make the community a little bit more relaxed when they're not seeing this huge black plume going throughout the city.
For more than a day now, Richmond Fire Chief Tim Brown and his crew of firefighters have been working around the clock to put out this massive blaze. The size of the building and what's inside making it tough.
So it goes back in there quite a bit. We estimated 13.8, almost 14 acres worth of this facility, and every bit of it was loaded with the plastic material.
Plastic bundles tied together, piled high, fueling this fire and sending toxic chemicals sky high.
They're very flammable and they burn hot and they burn quickly.
But more than 24 hours in, progress is being made. They've contained the fire, gotten crews in closer, and are using heavy equipment to push back the plastic and debris to reach the flames.
We're trying to get to those hot spots. There's one area that we can't do anything with, the origin of the fire, of course. We want to be able to get our investigators in there, the state investigators and ATF, to be able to maybe collect some type of evidence or determine the origin and cause of the fire.
Putting out the fire, investigating what started it, and figuring out just how serious this black smoke is to residents. Work that's happening here on F Street, side by side.
We still have IDEM here, we still have EPA here. They're still doing air monitoring, water testing, and that thing. So we're taking every precaution that we can, but we're still methodically approaching the fire to put it out.
Long days of work lie ahead. Richmond Fire now assisted by volunteer firefighters and other departments, moving carefully to get the fire under control and send everyone back home safe.
Every one of them, I treat them like family. So they're all my brothers and sisters, so I want everybody to go home safe to their family.
Richmond Fire says they expect they'll be out here working until at least Saturday morning. The fire likely won't burn that long, but they say they want to be out here in place in case any kind of hot spots pop up so they can quickly put those out so that they don't spread. Then once that fire is finally out, then the cleanup can begin. Scott and Felicia.
All right, thank you, Rachel. And we talked to people today in and around the evacuation zone. They tell us this fire, it's causing health concerns. And now most of the people evacuated went to stay with family or friends, but we also found some who chose to stay and shelter in place. Health leaders say that's really not safe. The smoke has very fine particles that can cause eyes to burn, bronchitis, and even chest tightness. And it's why one pastor checked on his church members today and helped evacuate a man.
It's a real horrible, toxic smell. It's just bad. So we're going to take him to our house. We live about 2 miles out of this area, and a lot safer area.
Have you been taking other interviews?
Again, people should stay away from the area, and if you're just outside the evacuation zone, stay inside. Close your doors and windows and turn your HVAC off. Well, 13 Investigates reporter Sierra Putman spent the day going through documents about the property's past, and she looked into claims from the Richmond city leaders who say this could have been prevented.
I went through state records and court documents to try and learn more about My Way Trading and its past. I confirmed the state and the city have taken steps over the years to clean up the property. A 2013 investigation led the state to issue a civil penalty. Those documents show investigators found hazardous materials and items that were very flammable. Most recently, the Richmond Unsafe Building Commission issued an order to repair, demolish, or vacate. That case eventually resulted in the city taking over some of the property in hopes of getting the owner to clean up. The city feared a fire and possible evacuations, which is exactly what happened this week. But we still have a lot more questions about this company. I'm now awaiting responses to requests for information that I sent to the city and the state. I've also reached out to the owner, Sierra Putman, 13 Investigates.
Tonight, there is a 24/7 shelter for Hoosiers who had to evacuate from their homes at the Oak Park Pentecostal Church. Want to give you some important phone numbers to take down. If you need transportation to this shelter, call this number, 765-983-7580. The Wayne County Health Department has set up a helpline. That number's on your screen, 765-973-9300, and that phone number is available 24 hours a day.